Everybody can hear me. You know, for those of y'all come in, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, man. Share this to your social media platforms. This ain't gonna be real long, man. It said just a few little minutes. Just talking about, what I'm saying, some, you think about certain things, man. You have some on your mind or your heart, and this can be applicable in a romantic relationship. It can be applicable with kinfolk. It can be applicable with your friendships, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know, when you think about it, dog, people show you whether or not they really fuck with you. And yes, I said fuck with you. If you two don't want to put this in the algorithm because I said the word fuck, I don't even give a shit. But they do, man. People show you whether or not they really fuck with you, man. You know. And you just gotta look at shit, man. You gotta look at shit for not for what you want it to be. You gotta look at shit for what it is. You know what I'm saying? How things really are. When you think about your interactions with others, man, if you're like the main one, always trying to have interaction, you know what I'm saying? And there's very little reciprocity from the other person. If you always hitting them up, you know what I'm saying? You gotta ask yourself, I mean, damn, you know what I'm saying? Do they really fuck with me like that? You feel me? Then, let's just be real. You be around somebody long enough, y'all gonna get into it. Y'all gonna have tension, right? But then you gotta look at this shit, right? Who's usually the first person to hit the other person up? And this is whether whether it be right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? Or you look at it like this. When something happens, and let's say you can think about situations where both of y'all been at fault, right? Who was quicker? Who was quicker to forgive the other? And that shit sound kind of petty, but at the same time, it's still some shit you got to think about with people, man. When shit go down, you get into it with somebody, and like I said, I'm not talking about something just so egregious, like, you know what I'm saying, you doing some underhanded shit behind somebody's back, or like, you know what I'm saying, where you setting somebody up on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like you set somebody up to get slid or whatever, or you know what I'm saying? Or if you in a romantic relationship, and this could be whether you monogamous or not. You in a romantic relationship and you know what I'm saying? You fucking somebody behind somebody's back or whatever. No shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? You done had a baby on a motherfucker behind somebody's back. Nah, not no shit like that. But I'm just talking about just the typical shit that would like maybe have you fall out with somebody for a time. You know what I'm saying? And when shit like that happen, who's usually quicker to forgive? You know what I'm saying? When the fallout happens, is it you or is it the other person? You know what I'm saying? You gotta ask yourself shit like that. You know what I'm saying? If you find yourself usually being the one that's quicker to forgive than the other person, you have to look at shit like that, bro. You have to be like, you know what I'm saying? You have to ask yourself, did this person really fuck with me like I think they fuck with me? You know what I'm saying? Now, also you have to factor this shit in too. You know, if we're gonna be real about it. There's levels to fucking up. You know what I'm saying? If the shit, if the shit that they did ain't on par with the shit that you did, then you kind of gotta take a back seat. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at that shit too. Even if it's not as egregious as some of the other shit that that I said. But even if it's not egregious, I'm gonna say that again, even if it's not as egregious, if the shit you did, if the fuck ups you did are worse than the fuck ups they did, then you kinda gotta take a back seat. I got it. And you know what I'm saying? You might have to just hold that L. You know what I'm saying? You know. Um, and that's another thing I'm gonna talk about. You know, if you hold your L, you apologize about the shit you did, and you make amends for your shit. Make amends for your shit. Yeah, really do your due diligence to make amends for your shit when you fuck up. Cause that's the shit. Especially if you're a man and you know you fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Cause as men, all we got is our laws and our word, right? And all we can do is try to make amends for shit when we fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Um, One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to like go out your way. Well, you want to go as far as you can within reason to make amends for your shit. But first of all, the person gotta allow you to make amends for your shit. If the person ain't allowing you to make amends for your shit, you can't really make amends. Feel what I'm saying? They gotta let you make amends. It don't make no sense, you know, for you to try to make amends, try to make amends, try to make amends, try to make amends, and a motherfucker don't want to have you make amends for the shit. You dig what I'm saying? They gotta give you an opportunity to fix your fuck up. If people don't want to give you an opportunity to fix your fuck up, then what you supposed to do? Ain't really shit you can do because they're not giving you a chance to fix it. You know what I'm saying? And then you got people that when you fuck up, they'll they'll say the words "I forgive you," but they don't really mean it. You know what I'm saying? They'll say it with their lips, "I forgive you," but then deep down they really holding a grudge against you and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or even when you hitting them up, hitting them up, hitting them up, hitting them up, right? And maybe it's taking them days, weeks, months, whatever, to get back in contact with you. You know what I'm saying? When and you make maybe think about to other times when you know what I'm saying they fucked up with you. Maybe it didn't take maybe it didn't take you as long. And I get it, people are different. People's emotions run differently. You know what I'm saying? At the same time though, that's still something you gotta think about. You know, if you know, you know, it's kind of like what 50 Cent said on 21 Questions. how deep how deep is our bond if that's all it takes for you to be gone? You know, we only humans. We make mistakes. You know, ain't nobody perfect. I don't claim to be perfect. You know, none of us are perfect. But you know, at the same time, that's some shit we got to think about. It's like, how quick do we get over shit? You know, how quick? See, that's first you gotta make it applicable to yourself. When somebody fuck over me, how quick do I get over the shit, right? And then after you answer that question, then you gotta ask this question. You know, how quick do the people around me none of us never, we not the Christ. We all fuck up. So that's some shit we had to ask ourselves, man. When I fuck up, how quick am I? How quick are the people around me able to get over my fuck up? If it's not so egregious to the point to where it can actually permanently sever the relationship, or it shouldn't be something that should permanently sever the relationship. If everybody's thinking with cooler heads and we're using logic, that's some shit we got to think about. If you always find yourself being the more forgiving person, you know, and this ain't no if, what I'm saying, this is some new shit that you just trying to establish with a friendship or any other type of relationship. We talking about some shit over time. If you've looked over time and you've seen that you're usually the more forgiving person, then you gotta ask yourself, do this person really fuck with me like they say they do? And then also, you gotta even be real with yourself. Was the shit I did really as small as I think it is? Or is it really, or might it be worse? You gotta look at that shit too. Because sometimes we be thinking shit ain't as big as what it really is when it's really some bigger and deeper shit. You know what I'm saying? We be like, it ain't that deep, but then to that person, it really is that deep. So, you know, like I said, it's a lot of things that we have to consider and factor in. You know, everything ain't always black and white, cut and dry as we would like it to be. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes there's some gray areas in there shit, that we gotta consider. And sometimes we have to just be one undone about the shit. Be like, yeah, I done some fucked up shit too. So that being said, I'm finna pay for this here. Try to put something in my stomach before I go to this job, man. It's your boy, Sean the Navigator. I'm out. Peace.